Hey guys, it's Ms. Radacious here. Welcome mathematicians to What's in Between. Today we're going to be focusing in on number lines and how to put numbers in between two separate numbers on a number line. Okay, so we're going to start with our biggest place value, which is going to be 100,000. And we're going to go all the way to the ones place to get it between two numbers as small as possible, okay? So we're going to start big and we're going to go small. So if I were to write this number in expanded notation, it would be 7 times 100,000 for my 100,000 space. And to read this number, I now know it has 100,000, so this is read 714,308, okay? So that is my whole number. So I'm going to grab a different color marker to help you guys with getting this on our number line. Remember, if you want to follow along by copying, you are more than welcome to do that. You can pause the video at any time you need to write something down, or you can watch the whole video and go back and record this in your journal, but it's always good to have it somewhere that you can reference back to so you can do assignments or maybe to further understand what you are learning. So I'm going to use this orange marker in order to highlight where my number is going. So I know there was already pink on here, but that's okay. I kind of cheated and let y'all see the answer before we got there, but we will go through this together and how Mr. Radacious got these answers. So the first place I'm going to look at is my 100,000s, okay? So we're looking at 100,000s first, and in my 100,000 I have 700,000. Now this starts at 500,000 and makes its way all the way to 900,000. And notice how my lines are spaced pretty evenly on the number line. So if you are making number lines, make sure you don't squish all the numbers into one area. Try to space them out evenly on the number line. So 500,000 and 600,000 is not going to work because 700,000 is greater than both of these numbers, okay? So now I have 600,000 and 700,000. So if I'm looking at my number, I can see that this number is greater than 700,000. So it's not going to work going in between these two numbers because I would leave off the rest of this. And we don't want to leave off those numbers. So now I have 700,000 and 800,000, okay? So this is obviously going to be our answer. It's going to be between 700,000 and 800,000 because this 7 doesn't go beyond 8. So I know it has to be between 700,000 and 800,000 because of that. There's no point in going to the 900,000. That'd be way too big of a gap. And remember, we're trying to go from big to small, okay? So I made this pink line here. I'm just going to re-highlight it with orange and go back over it for you. So it's going between 700,000 and 800,000 for the 100,000 spot. All right, so now we're going to look at the 10,000s place, okay? So it starts at 700,000, 710,000, 720,000, 730,000, 740,000, okay? So that is the whole number line here written. So I am now looking at my 10,000s place, and I have a 1 in it, okay? So if I'm looking at this, I have a 0 in this 10,000s place, and I have a 1 in this 10,000s place. But my number does not stop at 710,000. It is greater than 710,000, so it is not going to work between these two because we'd be living off 4,308. And we definitely don't want to do that. So now I'm looking at 710,000 and 720,000. And I know this is going to work because this is a 1 And 1 definitely goes between this 1 and 2. If you're looking at it and you're trying to understand why it goes between these two and not 720 and 730, it's because this is a 1, and we know 1 works here, and it doesn't go over 2. So I'm going to put my line between 710,000 and 720,000. Okay? So now we're going to go even further. Now I'm going to look at my 1,000ths place. So let me turn this over for you. Okay, so remember, our number is 714,308, and I'm going to be looking at my thousands place now, okay? So I have written here 711,000, 712,000, 713,000, 714,000, and 715,000. My number is basically 4,308 that I'm looking at because I've already rounded my 7 and my 1. So 711,000 is definitely way too small for 714,308. 712,000 is too small as well. 713,000 is also too small, and 714,000 is right on track. But remember, we can't leave behind this 308. Okay, so we've still got to include them. So we don't want to go down. We want to go up. So 714,000 and 715,000 are going to be my best options to put this number in between. Okay, we're going to go even further now, and Ms. Regatius doesn't have answers for you on this one. Actually, these next two. So I want you to pay attention, and I want you to try to figure it out along with me, okay? So now we're looking at our hundreds place. We've already done our 100,000s, 10,000s, thousands. Now we are looking at our hundreds, okay? So remember, we're going from big to little. We're almost there. So I have 714,000 because I know it's between 714,000 and 715,000. I have 714,100, 714,200, 714,300, 17,000, 1,400, and 400. That is a lot of hundreds. My oh my. Okay, so let's look at this. If I have a 3 here, I'm going to want to make sure that I have enough in the hundreds place for this number to fit along with the rest, so 308. So 714,000 is not going to be big enough. 714,100 is still not big enough. 714,200 is getting closer, but remember we have a 3 and I've got to go over 300 because there's an 8 here. So 714,300 definitely is going to work, and it's definitely going to go between 714,400 because of this 8 right here is going to push us. So I'm going to put my orange line right here between these two numbers. Okay, so we got that done. Now we're going to look at our tens, okay? We're going to look at our tens. And I have 714,300, 714,310, 714,320, 714,330, and then 700,000, 714,340. Ms. Regatius actually wrote that wrong. So this should be 714,340. 340. Sorry about that. Let me just fix it. See, even teachers make mistakes. So let's look at this. This is going to be too small, or is it? So am I going to do 300, 310, 320? So when I'm looking at these numbers for rounding, I kind of like to look at my back numbers only because it's a lot of numbers otherwise. So I have 8 here, I have 300,000 here, 300 here and 310 here. Then I have 310 and 320. 8 is going to be too small to fit between 714,310 and 714,320. It's going to be too small. We cannot do that. So we are going to have to put it between 714,300, 714,310. So I'm going to put my orange line here. Okay. So we got the 10s and we've got the 1s in this step as well. So you could go even smaller if you wanted and do between like 305 and 310. So you can make this smaller and smaller to get this in between two numbers, but we're not going to do that. You don't really have a point to. So I hope this helped you with going in between numbers and finding out what a number is in between. Remember, we start big and we go small. We start focusing on certain place values as we go. And after a lot of narrowing it down, you will get all the way to the end, okay? That was a lot of number reading. Thank you for sticking with Ms. Regatius to the end. I'm very proud of y'all, and I hope you have a good rest of your Friday, and Ms. Regatius will talk to you next week.